What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to 30 Minutes to Unwind. I'm Corey. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, I'm glad you decided to stop by. Well, finally got some good weather for a few days. Looks like spring is around the corner. I probably need to start using my treadmill a little bit more. Shed some of this winter weight. Can't let summer creep up on me. All right. Just a friendly reminder to those who tuned in before, and for my new listeners, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor. Everything I share with you is from my life experiences. What typically work for me may not work for you. So just keep that in mind as you follow the show. So without further ado, let's get into it. Last episode, we talked about running on fumes. That space where you're tired, you're stretched thin, but you're still moving because life doesn't really give you a choice. You still got to keep going. But here's the part we didn't finish. If you keep driving on empty long enough, something eventually gives. And this episode is what we're going to talk about, the breakdown. Not like a meltdown, not falling apart all at once. I'm talking about the breakdown before the breakdown. You know, the quiet one, the one that shows up while you're still functioning. And most people don't collapse suddenly. They slowly wear down while telling themselves, man, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll be okay. And that's dangerous because it begins to feel normal. And when something feels normal, you stop questioning it. You stop checking in with yourself. You stop asking, is this pace sustainable? You just assume that this is what adulthood looks like. You're still showing up, still handling your responsibilities, still being the same person that everybody relies on. So you tell yourself, all right, I'm good, I'm fine, because nothing is falling apart yet. But functioning isn't the same as being healthy. And holding it together is the same as being rested, not exhausted enough to stop, not okay enough to feel good. You're just constantly pushing through over and over and over again. And if you stay here long enough, running on fume doesn't stay temporarily. That's where burnout begins. Not with a crash, not with a dramatic moment, but with a slow wearing down that most people don't even recognize until it's way too late because you've been doing it for so long. And that's when you start normalizing exhaustion. You tell yourself, this is just responsibility. So you just keep showing up. You keep handling your business. You keep going through every day. So you assume you're okay. But survival is the same as being okay. You're holding everything together. You're always tense. You're always bracing for the next thing. You're running on fumes. It doesn't feel dramatic. Sometimes it just feels heavy. And the longer you carry it, the harder it becomes to notice. You don't even notice that you're running on empty because you've just been carrying it for so long. And the heaviest starts to show up in quiet ways. You're more tired than you should be. Even after a long night's rest, little things begin to irritate you more than they should. Your patience gets shorter. Your focus drifts, and the joy you used to have for things, it just don't feel the same. You're not falling apart. You're functioning. And that's what makes it easy to miss because you're still functioning. And from the outside, nothing looks broken. But on the inside, you're running a system that hasn't been serviced in a long time. And you don't crash. You fade. You stop checking in with yourself. You stop asking, all right, what do I need? You just keep going because stopping feels irresponsible. Because slowing down feels like a weakness. Because somewhere along the way, you learn that pushing through is what responsible people do. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. But there's a difference between being strong and being depleted. Strength knows when to pause. Depletion only knows how to endure. If you don't choose to refuel on purpose, life will eventually choose that moment for you. And it's going to come when you least expect because you're missing those signs. And here's where the breakdown starts showing up. Not loudly, quietly. You're more irritated than usual. Small things hit harder than what they should. You're tired, but rest doesn't feel restful. Even when you sit down, your mind doesn't. Your body might be in the room, but your thoughts are somewhere else. This is where things that used to help you unwind, they don't even work the same anymore. That's not losing interest. That's your system asking for fuel. These aren't personality flaws. They're warning lights. And ignoring them It doesn't make you stronger. It makes the stop eventually harder. Instead of listening to your system, most people just push past it. We tell ourselves, we'll deal with it later. After one more task, after one more day, after one more thing crossed off the list. But the warning lights don't turn off just because you ignore them. They just get easier to overlook. So you start compensating. More caffeine, more noise, more scrolling. Anything to keep from sitting still. Anything to avoid admitting that what you're feeling isn't boredom or laziness, it's depletion. You keep functioning, but it costs more than it used to. Simple decisions feel heavy. Conversations take effort. Even silence feels uncomfortable. That's when the breakdown stops being a moment and starts becoming a pattern. Not a collapse, but a slow erosion. And here's the part that matters the most. This isn't failure, it's feedback. Your mind and your body aren't betraying you. They're trying to protect you. They're asking you, stop before this damage gets deeper. So listen to your body. Listen to the feedback that it's trying to tell you. We all go to work, we do jobs, do projects, we have feedback. You listen to the feedback and it helps you show up better the next time. So if your body is providing you feedback, your body and your mind, why wouldn't you listen to it? Just think about that for a moment. Because refueling early is maintenance. Wait until you're empty is repair. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to remember what rest even looks like. So why do we ignore the sign? How do we get to the point and why do we keep ignoring them? Because life doesn't stop. Responsibilities don't slow down. People still need you. And somewhere along the way, we learned that rest is just a reward, something you earn, something you get after everything is done. But everything never is done. You never get finished with everything. It's always something else to do. So just keep pushing through. Keep telling yourself the same old thing. I'll rest later. I just need enough to get through the week. I'll slow down when things calm down. But things never calm down. You already know it. The mindset turns into running on fumes into a breakdown. Not because you didn't care, but because you cared about everything else except refueling yourself. And the truth is, no one ever tells you when to stop. They're not going to tell you. They're going to let you just keep going. There's no announcement that says, hey, you've done enough today. So you just keep going because stopping feels like letting someone down. Me, I know when to stop. When I get to that point, nobody's going to tell me to stop. I'm going to stop for myself. Just because it's that feeling in my mind and my body is telling me to stop before something else happens. But you might convince yourself that needing rest means you're falling behind. That slowing down means you're losing ground. But rest isn't quitting, it's maintenance. It's how you make sure you're still able to show up tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Because when you don't choose to refuel, you start running in survival mode. You react instead of respond. You get through the day, but you're not really present in it. You're just making it through the day. And over time, that wears you down in ways that you didn't even notice until it's already costing you more than you can afford. This is where the shift must happen. Refueling isn't something you fit into after life is handled. It's part of how you handle life. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be intentional because you're taking care of yourself. It's stepping away from responsibilities. It's what keeps you capable of carrying on. Step away a couple minutes, an hour, 10 minutes, whatever time you have, depends on your situation. Because unwinding is a prevention. And here's the shift. Unwinding isn't what you need to do after things fall apart. It's what keeps them from falling apart. You don't wait until your car breaks down before you add gas. I hope not. You don't wait to go get that oil changed. You looking at your mile. You're looking at your gauge. It's telling you, hey, I need to change my oil. Hey, I need gas. And I got 5 more miles of gas left. So you fuel up. Mental rest works the same way. Unwinding doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be for hours. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, maybe listening to some quiet music, maybe a walk, going outside, sit down, relaxing without scrolling through your phone. Just a few minutes sitting still without solving problems. And what matters is you're giving your mind a break from carrying weight. Unwinding isn't personal and it looks different for everyone. What helps one person reset, it may not work for you. The key is awareness, knowing when you're mentally full and choosing to decompress before burnout sets in. The goal isn't to copy somebody else's routine, it's to protect your own routine. Make it personal. Make it something that you cherish and something that you put in your daily and weekly schedule. Hey, I need this time to rewind, to unwind. Just sit back, relax, and just take a moment to yourself. So ask yourself, what's the warning light you usually ignore? Is it constant fatigue? Is it short patience? That feeling of being on all the time? For me, it probably could be my short patience. And that's something I'm working on. Probably at work, yeah, it's my short patience. Sometimes I don't have the patience to deal with some of the stuff I deal with. So yeah, that's probably it for me. And what would it look like to refuel before you empty? Fueling for me before I'm empty is a refreshing feeling for me, and more importantly, it's refreshing for the people that surround me, because they don't have to deal with all the craziness that comes from somebody that's running on fumes. And just think about that. You don't want your family feeling a certain way because of the way you feel. So take that time, take that break. So when you get with your family, you're not cranky or irritated because you're tired. Because remember, rest isn't the opposite of progress. It's what sustains progress. So just keep that in mind. Running on fumes, it's just a warning. Just like your gas gauge and your oil gauge in your car. This is a chance to stop before the breakdown chooses you. All right. Let me switch it up for a moment. For a quick second before I let you go. You got the Big Ten tournament starting here. We got the women's Big Ten tournament starting March 4th through 8th. Good luck to my the Lady Wolverines. They'll be playing in Indianapolis. I think they're the number 2 seed, so hopefully they'll go pretty far in the tournament and bring a tournament title home. The men's team, congrats to them. They won the Big Ten tournament regular season title outright. And they had the Big Ten tournament starting, I think, March 10th through the 15th in Chicago. So, hey, good luck to them also. And hopefully they both can bring home the championship. Want to send the prayers to all the military men and women out there, wherever you're at. Be safe. And sending my prayers. I've been where you've been before. So I got you in my prayers. If this episode brought you some value or made you think, do me a favor. Follow the show, leave a review, and share with someone that could use the message. Tell a friend to tell a friend. For show details, follow me on X at control_room_media. It's Charlie November Tango Romeo Lima room_media. You can find me on YouTube, IG, Facebook by searching for Control Room Media Group. You can catch new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, iHeart, and Apple Podcasts by searching 30 Minutes to Unwind. Running on Fumes was the warning. This was the breakdown. Next time we meet, we're going to refuel. So I appreciate you. See you on Tuesday. Stay safe.